Okay, in this video we're going to continue going over the Shortcode plugin for Twitter Bootstrap. We're down to carousel, so let's add this one to our text editor. And here you see the name of the carousel. This in case you have several different carousels on one page that needs a unique name. The image, the first one needs yes, so it knows where to start the actual carousel. The title and the caption, this is both goes into the caption. And then also the link to the image. Here you can easily add media or get the URL from your media gallery. Once you add media, go to your uploaded files or media library, find the image that you want, and just copy this URL. You can hit Control A to get the whole URL, and then Control C to copy it. Just X that page out, and you can insert that URL right here. So I guess we'll do 3 of that image just so we can see what it looks like. Save that. See, and you'll see that the caption's here. You have the button. You don't actually see it changing because it's the same image, but you get the idea. It goes full width. And those are pretty much all the options for the carousel that Bootstrap offers. So let's move on to the next one. There is a clear floats, and this has to do with CSS and styling. If you don't know what clear floats is, it's pretty helpful sometimes. So I'd recommend Googling clearing floats if you don't know what that means. So we're just going to go skip over that because there's not really any options. Once you add it, it's simply clearing the floats. So the next one is columns. So we'll add this shortcode. And as you can see here, it adds 3 different columns. So the columns shortcode is based off the Twitter Bootstrap grid. So you'll see 1, 2, 3 columns. If you go into Bootstrap and you check out their grid system, it is in a 12 column system. So you can do as many different columns as you want as long as it equals 12. For instance, if I wanted to do 4 columns, I would do all 3's because that would equal 12. So for instance, I'll copy this, and this will actually be the 4th column. So you'll see it goes to 4, and this is also responsive. So you can do any number of combinations that you want. I mean, if you just wanted 2 columns, you would insert a 6 and a 6, because again, 6 plus 6 equals 12. You have 2 different columns. So like I said, it can be any number of columns that you want as long as it equals 12. So this is pretty cool. You can actually insert, say, an accordion within the column so that it'll only be in half the page. So there we have a simple accordion in one of the columns. So columns can be very helpful in dividing up your content and still keeping your content responsive on the page. The next one is icons. So we mentioned in an earlier video that Font Awesome is included in themes, and they have over 220 icons. So you can just grab whatever icon that you want and to display on the page. So here we have the Facebook icon, and this is an extra parameter large that actually increases it by 33%. You can read about it here. If you put icon large, it actually increases the size 33%. So if you keep it large, update the page, you'll actually see the Facebook icon. Those are fun to put, in an unordered list or just throughout the page and body copy or whatever you want to do with icons. Alright, the next one is labels, and this is similar to badges that we covered in video 1, but it's pretty simple. It has all the colors, and this is the text that's going to be in the label. Again, if you want to go over to components, labels and badges, you can actually see the different colors. So our example had the color warning, so it's going to be that orangish color. And again, if you take out the color, it'll go to that default gray color. Notice it went to that gray. So those are the only options that are really available in the label. So the next one is popover, and this is just a text length popover. Earlier we went into the button popover. Let's go ahead and update that and see what text length. So it pops to the bottom. So you can change this to top, left, right, bottom. So we'll do top. And this is the title, so the title of the pop-up and then the content within that pop-up. Like I just mentioned earlier, we did a button that had a pop-up. If you add button and then you actually put in pop title, pop content, and pop placement in the button, you can actually do this same. This is pop title within a button too, which is pretty cool. Update that. You'll see that we have a button that has a pop-up now. Notice that went to the right. We actually need to add pop placement there. See, it went to the top now. When you put it in a button, don't forget to put pop in front of everything. It's kind of a unique name for the buttons. So that's all the options. Again, you can do top, left, right, and bottom for the popovers. Moving right along, and probably the last one for this video is the pricing tables. If you insert that, it's a pretty long and in-depth shortcode here. We'll update that so we can see what it looks like before we go over. So you'll see that it's a 3-column pricing table. The red button, we got a blue featured area, and also 2 other ones. So you'll see that the first parameter is size, and that's 4. This is going off of that column, so 4, 4, and 4 equals 12. So that's our grid. If we can, again, make this one, 8, this one 2, and this one 2, and that equals 12. So I'll have a little bit bigger first one, 2 smaller ones. Let's go back to 4, 4, 4. So the next parameter is the actual plan, and this is the title of the pricing. So basic, best, and great. So basic, best, and great. Yeah, and as you go, you can kind of figure out what each one of these does. If you like this blue color, which kind of makes the middle one stick out, all you have to do is add this featured yes, and that'll change the color to blue. So then once you set everything up, including the button URL where you want it to go once they click sign up or whatever you make that button text, you can actually add the button color. So this is those back to the Bootstrap button colors. This is danger. If you go to buttons, you can see all the different button colors like we've seen in the past. Danger for that red color. Where you want it to go, open in a new tab or open in the same tab, which is self. And then you just add this onto the list here for all the different features that'll automatically do the styling for you. And that's pretty much it. Again, you can add as many as you want. Just make sure that the size of each one of these add up to 12. So for instance, if you put 4 in here, all the sizes need to be 3 or some variation that'll equal 12. So that concludes that video. Next we'll go over some of these remaining shortcodes.